Warning. This video is for educational and informational purposes only. I do not under any circumstances endorse or condone the breaking of any laws in my or any other jurisdiction. The contents of this video are in accordance with Governor Greg Abbott's Executive Order GA-56, along with guidance issued by the Texas Alcoholic Beverage Commission and the Texas Department of Human Services. Viewing beyond this point is a choice you have made, and you take responsibility for that choice. Thank you, and please have a great day.
Hey, you guys!
Hello and welcome to this video. I hope everyone is doing well. I hope everyone is having fun. And I hope the universe is treating you fairly. This is a video that I felt I needed to make simply because there's a lot of misinformation. How much of it is intentional, I don't know. How much of it is just people being uninformed and just repeating stuff they've heard. And this is going to kind of be a state of Texas centric video, so you're going to have to kind of look up the laws and stuff regarding consumable cannabis in where you are watching this at, if you're not watching it in the state of Texas, USA. This Texas, our legislature meets once every other year. In fact, by the Constitution for the state of Texas, it can only meet in odd number years. This last session for 2025, there's a big, huge fight over the legalization of consumable cannabis. Hemp wound up staying legal. The Governor Greg Abbott, indicated that if the Texas Alcoholic Beverage Commission and the Texas Department of Human Services can work out a reliable, enforceable regulation of hemp, he was open to recreational marijuana use, which is good. I probably personally would not indulge in recreational marijuana very often, simply because what I'm looking for is more abundance in raw hemp than it is in marijuana. One of the things that is good in hemp is your CBC, your CBD, CBC, your CBG compounds, your cannabinoids, that start with C. A lot of those are great anti-inflammatories. Will they stop the pain? No. Because once you feel pain from arthritis or something that's inflamed, the damage to the nerves has already been done. What these compounds do is they reduce the amount of inflammation. They allow you to, they take the knife edge out of it. They take the sharpness of the pain. It kind of dulls the pain. I personally have went from 4 to 6 ibuprofen a day to 2 to 4 ibuprofen a week. I have 25 years of destroying my joints, working on hard concrete as a corrections officer. So yeah, this helps. The problem is, this is where a lot of misinformation comes out, is a lot of people will tout this as a panacea, cure-all, be-all. It's not. Let's get that straight to the side. It is not that. It is a tool and a box of tools to help with problems. You do get the munchies like you would in marijuana, and you do get high. There is THC Delta 8, THC Delta 9, THCA, THCH. You've got all your T cannabinoids in there too. And yes, they will get you high. However, the difference is that the high from raw hemp is 15-20 minutes from lift off to sit down, about 15-20 minutes. If you're taking a break from something, if you're out working or whatever and you're taking a break and you got like an hour break, you know, you're taking a lunch break, you get you a little bit of that, you ingest it, and by the time your hour's up and you got to go back to work or go back to what you're doing, you're sober. You got the other cannabinoids in there doing their anti-inflammatory stuff. Another problem you're going to run into is if a lot of smoke shops, head shops, whatever you want to call them. We called them head shops back in the 80s. Called them head shops. A lot of the flower they sell is heavily sprayed with a synthetic THCA or rolled into it like a powder. You can buy stuff called snow caps, and that's what they've done. They've taken the bud and they've rolled it in the synthetic powdered THCA. Once it heats up, it converts to THC Delta 9, and you get stupid high. Not what I personally am looking for. I order raw hemp online. It has nothing added to it. What I'm getting is probably 5 to 6% by volume THC, your different THC cannabinoids, and higher, probably 25-30% by volume of the other cannabinoids, your C-based cannabinoids. The Farm Bill, the 2019 Farm Bill that legalized consumable hemp, either somebody really had no clue to what they were doing, or they were a super genius. One of the two, because they put the plant itself, the flower, the part you ingest, can't have any more than 0.3% THC Delta 9 by weight. So you take the overall weight of a particular bud or a particular flower, and its weight, the amount of THC Delta 9 cannot exceed 0.3%. But when you do it by volume, the volume throughout the plant is going to be different. It's like a pound of bricks versus a pound of feathers. They're both 16 ounces, but you got a whole lot more feathers than you do bricks. So there's that. And now we get into the consumption of it. There are people that smoke it like you would weed, like in a spoon pipe or a bubbler. Spoon pipe is your stereotypical pothead pipe. You can look it up. I'll try to remember to stick a picture of it over here somewhere. It's your classic glass stoner pipe. You see it in all the movies. You have your bongs. You see those in all the movies. All your stoner movies like Dazed and Confused. You get all the different ways of combustion smoking. Combustion smoking is, and I'm gonna dispel some of this hippie bullshit that you get when you combustion smoke anything. I don't care if it's tobacco, marijuana, hemp, those herb packets they sell to get you to stop smoking tobacco. When you add fire to it and you burn it and you inhale it, you're inhaling hot, dry smoke. And I don't care what it comes from. When you are inhaling hot, dry smoke, your bronchial tubes and your lungs are going to be unhappy. Like I said, there's a lot of hippie bullshit on it's some kind of magic smoke. It's not. It's going to dry your bronchial tubes out. It's going to dry your lungs out. It's going to dry your mouth out. And if you hold it in your lungs too long, you're going to cough like a dying man. So now we live in a modern age where we have vaporization. And I'm not talking the disposable cartridge, or carts as the kids call them, vaporizers. The problem with those is a large chunk of them are made in China. And China, because it's slow, does not use a simple alcohol distillate to distill out the THC products and the CBD products and stuff like that, because it's slow. They use fun chemicals like formaldehyde, mercury, lead, zinc, asbestos. They use asbestos, which is the really fun things that you don't want to ever put into your body. And those are in the carts. That's one of the reasons why, and this is one of the things that I think the Texas legislature got right this year, is they outlawed the cartridges. Texas Senate Bill 2024 made those illegal for hemp consumption. They're still legal for tobacco, which kind of makes me wonder how they really feel about tobacco users in this state. But either they're just writing them off. But it is what it is. We have things now called dry herb vaporizers. Wonderful things. Basically what it does, it doesn't combust the matter. It doesn't combust the plant matter. The ones that I got, the ones that I'm going to feature here in a little bit in this video, are designed for tobacco, hemp, marijuana, any of the this package you have for doing to smoke in place of tobacco. You see them here a lot in like CVS and Walgreens and other places. They have like cinnamon and orange skin and stuff like that in them, you know, lavender and stuff. They're okay. I've tried them before. I've never been a smoker, but I just enjoy trying new things. But you know, 6 one way, half dozen the other on that. I have found that dry herb vaporization, which your dry herb vapes use one of 3 types of vaporization. They either use a conduction, a convection, or a hybrid of the two. One I use is convection, or not a convection, conduction, and one's a hybrid. Like I said, they hold about a 1/10 of a gram, maybe a little less, and they're good. You can fill the bowl on that and go a couple hours, or at least I can. But I'm not trying to get high or stay high or what have you. I'm just trying to get the CBD and the CBG and all their friends and relatives into my system, because when I go to bed at night, I go to sleep faster and I wake up and my joints aren't in full all-out rebellion against me. The 2 handheld vaporizers that I use is, I've got the Planet of the Vapes X Max Unt, and I got the Planet of the Vapes 1. Look, my hand for scale. They're not very big. These are really nice. This is a Cadillac. Or let me put this back on. Got ahead of myself. This is a Cadillac. This is a Ferrari. This is nice. It's heavy. It's well built. You have a glass mouthpiece. This comes off. It has a screen, so when you inhale, you're not getting any plant matter through the mouthpiece. This particular one, I don't know if it's going to come out on the camera, has dimples or like little vents in it. And what those do is allow you to draw in air to further cool down the vapor. Now this is what makes this a Cadillac, and that's this mouthpiece. This mouthpiece, your vapor comes in, it expands, and you draw it through. You have your vents, and you even have 1 or 2 at the bottom. You have 2 at the bottom. And okay, what those vents do is they allow you to take deeper draws, hold it a little bit longer before you start coughing. You don't want to cough. This, on the other hand, this is like I said, this is a Ferrari. You pack your desired things in the bottom, but you got to extend this first. Extend your mouthpiece. Open the bottom, and you pack it. This one, you remove. Okay, put this in so you can better have this here. Pull this off, and this is your bowl. Get a good camera. Same thing. This one, what makes this one so much better? Didn't want to light the grooves that hold this together. Hold this. We'll go into that here in a minute. But this here, you got a button, big button. You push it 3 times to start it, and you have an up and down button. These up and down buttons, the up and down, the two little round buttons are your temperature control. It goes in 1 degree increments up and down. It goes between 290 and 430, I want to say. I think 430 or 440 is the highest it goes. I smoke at about 330. For me, that's a nice temperature. You get flavor, and you're not scorching your lungs. What these do is they don't combust the desired product. They don't combust it. They do is they heat it to a point in which the oils and moisture vaporize, become vapor, and that's what you're inhaling. You're still inhaling dry, something that's dry and smoky. It's not as dry and smoky because it's vapor. It's got a little bit of ambient moisture, but it's always good to have a big glass of water or tea, lemonade, whatever keeps you hydrated. Gatorade. I use water. I use a big old thing of water before I go to bed when I use these. Now, this, just like when you use combustion smoking, you are still inhaling something that's been burnt, been heated up, turned to vapor, and you've inhaled it. Your body doesn't like doing that. Your lungs, your bronchial tubes, your throat, your mouth, they don't like doing that. That's another reason why you need to drink. It's the reason why you need to moderate it. And you get a lot of people, and when I was a teenager and was first introduced to marijuana as a teenager in high school, the thing was you hit the joint or the pipe or whatever, you inhale it and you hold it, then you exhale, then you cough for 20 minutes. That is not good for your body. It's not good for your lungs. It's not good for your bronchial tubes. It's not good for your throat. Because depending on the reaction, you can vomit. I have read reports where people have cracked ribs. And it's just bad all around to hold that in your body that long. Me, I inhale from the vape into my mouth. I hold it in my mouth to further cool it down because we're coming from 330 degrees. We're trying to bring that temperature down. The glass inherently will cool it a little bit. Then if I'm using this guy right here, The mouthpiece will help cool it, then putting it in your mouth and bringing it even closer to body temp. Then I inhale it to my lungs. I hold it for about a second, maybe two. Then I exhale. And when you inhale, don't inhale. Don't inhale with your belly. No. If you've ever played a musical instrument, saxophone, flute, clarinet, what have you, you breathe into your lungs. You tighten your stomach muscles, you tighten your diaphragm. You inhale into your lungs. And that is how you need to vapor. But what you need to do is you need to, before you draw on it, take 2-3 really deep breaths, just air. This lets your lungs know what's getting ready to happen. So when you do it, like I said, if you're using a piece like this, you bring it into your mouth, then you inhale it deep into your lungs, and you exhale slowly. The reason why I do that is A, like I said before, it cools the vapor down. B, because you're mixing it with oxygen, especially with this bad boy here, you're mixing it with oxygen. So you're not completely suffocating your lungs with something foreign. And by inhaling slowly, it allows your body, because your body is littered with what's called the endocannabinoid system. It's a system of receptors, because all the cannabinoids that are found in hemp and marijuana are also produced naturally in your body to far, far lesser degrees than taking it in via the plant. But your receptors, you got them in your mouth, your nose, your stomach, your lung. Well, your lungs disperse it to your body, and it goes throughout your body because it mixes it with the blood cells. The blood cells carry it through your body, and different parts of your body react to it. In fact, THC is a chemical your body produces to tell you you're hungry. That is the reason why you get the munchies when you smoke. Is it gets in your stomach, gets in your bloodstream. The THC connects to the receptors in your stomach, and your receptors are like, well, I've got THC here, so I'm hungry. That's the reason why you get the munchies. One of the reasons why you get the munchies. Another thing is you've got these bad boys right here. These are a wonder for traveling. They're called dosing capsules. This is for the 1, and this is for the unt. They hold just shy of 1/10 of a gram, because they take up room in the bowl. And when you're traveling, like if you're out hiking, traveling, I personally do not sleep well in places that aren't my own bed. So pre-fill those, you have them, you go camping or what have you, right before bed, you get a little bit, and you go to sleep. And you keep the cannabinoids in your system. It's like I said, and there's a lot of hippy dippy bullshit. Check the science. Like I said, it's not a panacea. It's not a cure-all. It's not magic. It is just simply biology. I believe it was Arthur C. Clarke that said that any technology sufficiently advanced enough will look like magic. And that's kind of where our ignorance of how our own bodies work, where a lot of people get the idea that this stuff is magic. It's a panacea. It does a whole lot of minor repairs. It's a whole lot of minor shit, but it's not magic. It's not a cure-all, and it's not, it's not anything special. It is just, it is molecules that your body produces from a plant that's also produced by a plant. I don't want anyone getting confused. The same chemicals that are produced in this plant, your body naturally produces, and you're taking it in. Your body's processing it because your body knows what it is and knows what to do with it. I don't know. See, I don't drink a lot of alcohol anymore. So the people that want to do this, or just for the elevation or the intoxication purposes, that's fine. Do it at home. Lock up your keys, lock up your chainsaw, whatever. It's like alcohol. You can get stupid drunk on alcohol, but if you're at home, you ain't out on the road driving, you ain't trying to operate a, chainsaw or anything like that. You're just at home watching TV, throwing some cold ones back, or maybe a shot of gin every now and then. Same thing. Just be responsible. And if you got kids in the house, be responsible. Take care of what you need to take care of. If like I said at the very beginning before this video started, there's a card that says, I do not encourage, endorse, or condone the breaking of laws in my jurisdiction or any other jurisdiction. If you are watching this video and all of these things are illegal where you're at, you're watching this presumably for educational purposes or informative purposes. If things are illegal where you're at, check it out. Have fun. I believe somewhere in the description below, I put a link to where I bought these. I bought these at Planet of the Vapes. Wonderful company, great service, great customer service at that. Shipping is speedy within the United States, and it is something, if you treat it like you would treat it like prescription medicine, or treat it like higher end over-the-counter medicine, or treat it like whiskey or wine or beer. So treat it like that. Take responsibility for your actions. Don't ingest this and use it as an excuse to be an asshole. Don't do that. Just because you're hurting the people that are responsible when you do stuff like that. It's just what being responsible is like. What you got to do to be responsible. I personally think that it's not meant for everybody. It isn't. There are some people that are going to try it and hate it. There are some people that are going to try it and love it. There are going to be people that try it and abuse it. But that goes from everything from hydrocodone to tobacco to alcohol to gambling. know what your limits are. If you can't handle it, or if you know your personality type may lead you to abusing it, abstain from it. There's nothing wrong with it. Just don't take your limitations out on other people. That's all I ask. Just be responsible and have fun. Enjoy yourself. Hopefully it gives you a better life. And at my age, mid to late 50s, it beats the hell out of Viagra. Works longer, puts you in the mood. Viagra just makes the soldier stand at attention, but this makes him stand at attention. He's ready to go do what he needs to do. So yeah. With all that being said, people, I'm going to have to close this video off. It is getting to be a long one. So until next time, everybody, be a good human. Be good to other humans. Peace.
Hey, it's 10 p.m. Do you know where your children are?